What's up, everybody? I'm back. It's been about a week. I know I've been away for a little bit, but I've been watching lots and lots of New Japan Pro Wrestling. The G1. Yes, the G1. And we will get into it. I'm going to break down nights 2 through 7. If you're looking for night 1, you can go back and check that out. I already did that a couple weeks ago, so you can check that out. I'm not going to sit here and break down every single match move by move because we got about 30 matches we're going to have to get through. And yes, you're going to see me look down at my notes here because it's going to be impossible for me to remember every single match from every night. So deal with that. But I am going to tell you what matches to watch, who's been impressive, who hasn't been impressive, the standings, and matches to look forward to coming up. So let's get into it. But first, as always, you can follow us. Go to any one of these platforms and you can follow and listen to all of our podcasts. Definitely check that out. You can head to our YouTube, which you're already on because you're watching this, and you can hit subscribe for me, hit like, comment below. And then, as always, Instagram, Wrestle Cave, Facebook, Wrestle Cave Podcast, and Twitter, Wrestle_Cave. I'm done with that. We're out of that. Let's break it right down. So, we are talking. What are we talking about? We are talking about the G1 right here, the G1 29. And the storylines going in have been all over the place. You got so many new guys. Kenta, Moxley, Shingo. The list goes on, really. But the thing that really gets me is we have so many returning guys that have won as well. Tanahashi, Okada, Naito. You got Juice in there who's looking to prove something. Goto's come back really in shape. Jay White struggling in this one. Yano with some wins that you wouldn't expect. Ishii having a great tournament so far. So let's break it down. Let's go right into the first thing. The B block kicked off. I know it says 8-1 up here. It's the only picture I could find without making it on my own. But all the way back about 10 days ago is when we had night 2 of the G1 we kicked off. We kicked it off with the B block, as you'll see. These are all the guys over here that are in the B block. First match we started off with the B block was fantastic. 2 of my favorites in New Japan. Shingo Takagi, a junior heavyweight who wanted to prove himself, who had a great junior tournament. And you'll see a couple juniors have jumped into this one to really prove themselves. Ospreay as well, also struggling, which we'll get into. A lot of people thought he was going to come right in this and dominate, but not the case, as you'll see so far. But Shingo and Juice really had a hard-hitting matchup here, as you would expect. Juice has really come in. He's usually very talkative, very rambunctious. He verbalizes himself a lot in the ring and out of the ring. Hasn't been doing a lot of talking so much. But he did pick up the victory over Shingo. Like I said, I'm going to give you ones to watch. I would go check this one out. 2 really good guys, different styles. In the end, though, Juice would pick up the win with the pulp friction, and he would get his first 2 points in this G1. He looks like he's out to prove something, as we'll get through as we keep going on. Next match, Jon Moxley in his first G1 as well. Again, we're going to get that a lot. Taking on a guy I'm not a big fan of, Taichi. Taichi. I'm not a big fan of Taichi. I get it. I get what he is. I get what it is. But he just doesn't do it for me. Not my cup of tea. Another good match, but you don't have to go watch this one. I would go back and watch the other one if you're short on time. Moxley would win this one. He would win with a couple of Death Riders. Another good one, but again, as I said, I would go with the other one if you're short for time. Taichi, good luck next time, man. You're never going to win me over, but whatever. Then the next one. This is where it gets me. I did tweet out a while ago on our thing what the over-under was for Yano taking off the turnbuckle pads, and every single match so far, he's done it. Exactly what I expect out of this guy. Naito versus Yano is our next matchup here. If you know anything about New Japan, any Yano match is not going to be a regular New Japan match. It's not going to be the hard-hitting style you're used to between like an Ishii and Moxley, which we'll get into, or Ishii and Goto, or Jeff Cobb. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be a technical match like Zack Sabre Jr. It's going to be... It's always fun. Let's put it that way. It's always fun when Yano gets in the ring. And in this one, he started off exactly as you would expect. Naito didn't seem to take him too seriously, which did end up costing him in the end. Yes, that's right. You heard me right. Naito was defeated by Yano, which Yano every year comes in and these wins he gets really play a part in the outcome because he gets some victories over some people he probably shouldn't be beating, such as Naito. So Naito starts off 0-1. He won with a roll up. The thing was, they both kept their shirts on the whole time. If you know Yano, he likes to pull the shirt over your face and do that whole thing. So he used that to his advantage and actually did that to Naito and got the roll up out of that. So Naito tried to get involved with Yano's head games, and the head games paid off for Yano. So Yano starting off 1-0. This next one, this is the match to watch of the first night, in my opinion. Ishii and Jeff Cobb, two hard-hitting guys. Ishii hit a big brain buster to win this one. Ishii has been one of the absolute standouts of this first 7 nights of the G1. Every single match he has been phenomenal, especially his match with Mox, which we'll get into. It's probably the most talked about of the entire tournament. But Ishii would pick up the win over Jeff Cobb in this one. The next one, though, Hiroki Goto and Jay White. Now, Goto has come in, and he looks phenomenal, in phenomenal shape. Looks like he's lost some weight. They said he's been training down at the LA dojo. And I got to tell you, it definitely shows, and it definitely paid off because he was able to pick up the win in this one. He did hit... he did hit two Yushigoroshis and a huge GTR to get the win. Gato was out there doing his shenanigans, trying to get the upper hand and get the win for Jay White. That would actually backfire for him, as you'll see if you go check this one out. Another good one to watch. Goto's been very impressive in this one. Goto would get the win with that big GTR, as I said. So moving on after night one, we had Juice, Mox, Yano, Ishii, and Goto all picking up victories. Good start for those guys. Then we are going to switch over to the A block. That's right. The A block, the star-studded block. If you look up here, you got Kenta, you got Ibushi, you got Tanahashi, Okada, Will Ospreay, you name it. Zack Sabre Jr., Sonata. I'll just keep going with that. But night 3, the A block, July 14th, about 9 nights ago, so you can go check that out if you like. I'll talk a little bit about the one of the prelim matches. I'm not going to do this a lot, but throughout this whole thing, Moxley has taken Shota Umino, the young lion, under his wing. So they're teaming throughout the whole tournament. This was a good one between him and Shota against Ren Narita and Jeff Cobb. And I think this was the match where at one point Cobb, it was either this one or let me check, because there was another one that I wrote about Ishii. Now that was the Ishii match, I think. But Mox and Shota would actually lose this one to Ren and Cobb after Cobb hit the Tour of the Isles. I just really like Mox and Shota together. Shota, and if you don't know Shota Umino, he is actually the son of Red Shoes, one of the very noted referees in New Japan. Just learned that, which is awesome, and I think that kid's going to be a star. I think both of these guys, Ren Narita and Shota Umino, are going to be pretty damn good, especially Ren. If you went back and if you watched the junior tournament, Ren was awesome in that one. So I'm expecting huge things out of him too. And then some other, I won't go into them because I don't have time, but some other matches, some of the tag team matches, we got to see some more young lions like Uemura and some of the other guys. So it was really good to see those guys getting the spotlight. And they're always good to show off what they can do. Next one, we're going to have Bad Luck Fale taking on a guy who has really, really shown me a lot in this tournament. Lance Archer, guys. I know before this tournament, if you go back and look at the preview for this, I didn't have Lance Archer doing anything. I didn't have him really showing me much. I didn't understand why he was in it. I understand now, guys. I understand why Lance Archer is in this. He has come back, and he is a new man in this. Fale did hit a huge superplex on him. He hit the grenade. Archer hit a choke slam, but in the end, he would get the everybody dies claw, pin down Fale, and get his second win. That's right, 2 in a row for Lance Archer. He is 2-0. He's got 4 points at this point. It's an alright matchup. You don't have to go watch this one. I would go back and watch Archer versus Ospreay if you want to check out a good Archer match. He's taking on Fale, so I mean Fale is good for what it is. But I would definitely check out this next one I'm about to talk about. Will Ospreay, who is 0-1, losing to Lance Archer, as I said, versus Sonata. I'm going to grab my notes for this one. Yes, that's what I thought. This is the one that was shooting star presses, Stormbreakers, Paradise Lock. Sonata did put Ospreay in the Paradise Lock in the ropes. He hit the TKO. He did the swinging skull end. He did all that. Robinson special from Ospreay, you know, hits everything. Did hit a top rope shooting star press. In the end, he would win with the Stormbreaker, but I do highly recommend going to check this out because these are two very fast, very agile, very skilled performers. And in this one, it's exactly what you expected. Awesome. Will finally 1-1 gets a win here, and Sonata now 1-1 as well after this one. Definitely go check that one out. Okada versus Zack Sabre Jr. in this next one. Lots of counters, lots of submissions. Okada with the tombstone, the spinning rainmaker. The cool thing was, when was it? I think it was when Okada was trying to go for a rainmaker or something, but Zack Sabre Jr. put him in a crazy submission. This banana split type variation. He put him in another octopus variation. In the end, we would see Okada with a spinning rainmaker followed by a huge rainmaker, and he would get the victory. So he now moves on. He is 2-0. My pick to win the whole thing, if you go back and watch the preview or go back and watch night one review, I picked Okada to win this one because I think he's going to pick who he wants to face at Wrestle Kingdom. So we'll see where it goes, but Okada's off to a good start here. Next matchup, Kota Ibushi, Evil. So he was really working. Evil was really working on Kenta's ankle throughout the match, which, if you remember, he hurt it earlier. Kota really showed off though. Hit a second rope moonsault. He hit the Kamaye, which is a little tribute to Shinsuke Nakamura. Had a lot of big German suplexes. Evil would hit a superplex. He had the Scorpion Deathlock, Darkness Falls, and then he hit Everything is Evil for the W. Pretty good matchup. Evil would win, so he moves on. He now has 2 points. Kota Ibushi, 0-2. 0-2. So we'll see where he can go from here. Not the start that I'm sure he wanted or that a lot of people thought he was going to have, but we'll see what happens. Next matchup, Kenta taking on the Ace. Go Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Again, another solid matchup. Intense battle of pride in this one. You got a guy coming over trying to prove himself in New Japan. He's been in Dragon Gate and WWE. He's got something to prove to the New Japan fans. And Tanahashi, the Ace, the long-standing guy, the face of New Japan for so long. So you really had I would describe it as a battle of pride. Who can show who's better? Kenta hit a nice hanging DDT off the ropes. Tanahashi did his cloverleaf. He hit a couple twist and shouts, which are pretty good. But Kenta moving on with the GTS for his second win. He is 2-0. I'm going to have to flip this page over. Yes, I said you will see my notes today. Here they are. I scribble a lot. You see all this crap? Yeah, I don't type it. I write it. Night 4, we are going to switch back to the B block. This took place on July 15th, so if you're trying to figure out which night, don't pay attention to anything up here. It was July 15th. Some good matchups here, some good matchups. We had Shingo taking on Yano. Yano tried to get a chair involved. Yano tried to do what he normally does, but Shingo was just too much for him. There was a chair involved, but he hit the pumping bomber for the win. I'm not going to break that one down too much. I fully expected Shingo to win this one, and he did. Next one's a good one, though. Next one is a good one. Juice Robinson taking on Goto. There's a top rope neck breaker in this one. A really nasty Ushigoroshi. Juice hit the left hand of God. This was really hard hitting. And lots of lariats. Goto hit some hard kicks. There was Juice had a jackhammer. But once again, the Pulp Friction for the W. This time, Juice gets another victory. He is moving on. He is 2-0. Like I said, Juice is out to prove something. This is a match to go check out. Go check this one out, Juice and Goto. Like I said, Goto is rejuvenated, revitalized. He looks like a whole new guy in there. A lot quicker, a lot more intense too. So definitely go check this one out. Next up, an interesting match that I had really high hopes for was Jon Moxley and Jeff Cobb. Little sloppy for my taste. I thought this was going to be a little better. I'm not going to nitpick it. They were outside of the ring a lot. They were inside the ring a lot. Jeff hit his moonsault. I'm going to pick up my notes for this one because I can't read what I wrote. Oh, yes, I remember now. The end would see Jeff Cobb was trying to suplex Mox from the apron back into the ring. Mox would catch him and hit a draping Death Rider. So Cobb was, his legs were up in the ropes and he just picked him up and boom, a nice draping Death Rider for the 1, 2, 3. So Jon Moxley, 2-0 in his debut in the G1. So he's undefeated right now, not only in the G1, but in New Japan and holding that United States Championship. So we'll see how far Mox can go because he's still got some good matchups that he's got to get through. One of which I'm really looking forward to will be against Juice. Juice and Shingo. Those are the two that I'm really looking forward to. And Naito too. So he's got a lot of good matchups still to come. So we'll see what happens from there. But he's moving on. He's got 4 points. He's 2-0. A next matchup, guy I keep telling you about from this tournament, Ishii. Check this match out. Jay White taking on Ishii. There was head games again. Gato outside with Jay White. White really got the advantage. Ishii got really physical though after he was trying to fight back after White was really giving it to him with help from Gato. But White would hit the Kiwi Crusher. Ishii had some really, if you know Ishii, his elbows are hard. They're stiff. At least he makes them look like it. I don't know if they are, but he can really hit with those elbows. In the end, he would hit a nice sliding lariat, but he only got a 2 count out of it. What happened? There was counts I'm trying to read. I can't even read my own shit, man. The Brainbuster, of course, the Brainbuster for the win. So Ishii would pick up another victory. So Ishii now also 2-0 in this tournament. So he has 4 points. So I'm telling you, man, just go watch all the Ishii matches, go watch the Goto matches, and you'll be very, very happy. I'll tell you that much. Just if you're looking for two guys to follow. Both of them have had good showings so far. Jay White, on the other hand, struggling 0-2 at this point. We're on night 4. So the main event of night 4, Naito and Tai Chi. Tai Chi is a pain, a thorn in the side of Naito. If you remember, they've had some battles over that Intercontinental Championship. Tai Chi and his girl, they're just a pain in my butt too, so I can totally relate to Naito. This was pretty good. I mean, again, the mind games from Tai Chi when he rips his pants off after he starts celebrating and stuff. That always happens. I'm trying to think. There was some early small packages, a nice Tranquilo, as always, from Naito. But Tai Chi, he got Red Shoes knocked out by Naito. And this would allow Tai Chi... actually, Tai Chi got a victory without the ref in the ring because he did have Naito down for quite some time, but the ref wasn't in there. Naito would then... Tai Chi would try to pick up his iron claw thing that he's been carrying around in that bag for such a long time. He finally whipped it out. He tried to use it on Naito. Naito would counter. Now Naito would get it himself and bash him right in the face and then give him the last ride for the W. Oh, I'm sorry. I got that totally wrong. He would hit Naito with the claw. I'm thinking of another match. He did hit Naito with that claw and then hit the last ride for the W. My apologies. So that would be, again, I got all these guys over here and we're not even on the right day. But anyway, the next night is going to be night 5. So we're going to circle back to night 5. And some good matchups here. If there's one night I would say to probably watch, if you want to watch all of them, I would probably check out night 5 right here. Kenta was taking on Lance Archer. Really good matchup here. As you remember, both of these guys are 2-0, so it was really a battle for these points. Kota was really trying to take out Archer's legs, and if you know anything about Kenta. I'm sorry, I said Kota Ibushi. Kenta is taking on Lance Archer. And Kenta was really trying to take out Lance Archer's legs with those heavy kicks. If you know Kenta, you don't want to be hit by those kicks because they are fierce. He is highly, highly skilled, and he has heavy kicks. So he was trying to take him out for a long time. Archer would eventually start beating down on him, calling him Hideo Tommy, trying to get into his head. But in the end, actually, Kenta would win by submission, making Archer tap out. So Kenta now 3-0 in his debut in the G1. So these new guys are actually really showing out here in the G1. At least Kenta and Mox are. And then we move on. We got Evil and Sonata, two tag team partners going head to head here. This was a tough one. Go check this one out because these two know each other very well. Evil would win yet again. So Evil now picking up another point. He's 2-1. And he would win with Everything Is Evil. Not going to break that one down too much. Okada would defeat Fale. This was a hard-hitting one also. But a lot of Fale attacked him before he even got to the ring. Like, Fale didn't even bother coming out. He just attacked Okada. So right from there, he just had control for most of this matchup until Okada finally fought back. And he actually won with a roll-up. He didn't win with his Tombstone because that's going to be hard to pick up Fale. He didn't win with his Rainmaker because first of all, for him to get around Fale and then spin him and have him come with him and then hit him, he probably wouldn't take him down. So he ended up having to win with the roll-up. And Okada also undefeated. As I said, Okada's taking this shit, man. Okada with the win. He is undefeated. We'll move on to Tanahashi with no points. Zack Sabre Jr. with no points. So two really high-level guys who both need a win. Tanahashi would get this one. Zack Sabre Jr. tried to do a triangle choke. Tanahashi just kind of rolled through, sat down, had the hold of his legs, and his whole body was sitting on him. And he would actually pick up the victory over Zack Sabre Jr. Check this one out, another good one. So Tanahashi finally picks up his first victory. And then Will Ospreay taking on Kota Ibushi. I mean, do I need to say anything else? If you remember their last matchup, phenomenal stuff. This, not to that level. I thought their last match was better. But this is still good. I mean, you got two guys that can really, really go in the ring. What happened? There was the hidden blade. I do love that move from Will, but he hit probably the nastiest hidden blade I've seen him do thus far in this one, Kota Ibushi. No one in the world sells like Kota Ibushi, in my opinion. He's got his eyes glazed over. He always looks like he's seriously hurt. He could be because he puts his body on the line every single time he goes out there. But in this one, he was selling pretty good, especially that hidden blade, which go check that one out because it was probably the nastiest one I've seen Ospreay do. Very hard hitting. Ospreay hit the Os Cutter for the 2, but Ospreay would not be able to defeat the Kamigoye, as the Kamigoye was his downfall in this one, and Kota Ibushi would get the win for the 1, 2, 3. So Kota now gets his first victory. So we're going to switch back. I'm going to take a pause right here because my mouth is killing me. I'm talking too much. But so far, we've seen some people struggle like Jay, like Tana, Ospreay. A lot of people have been struggling. A lot of guys you wouldn't think these first-timers are up there in Kenta and Mox leading both boards so far. So we'll get into the B block now. Shingo Takagi versus my favorite, Tai Chi. Everybody's favorite Tai Chi. Shingo Takagi would hit the Noshigami. He hit 2 Last of the Dragons. Of course, Tai Chi hit the last ride, but I just love Shingo Takagi, and he would pick up the victory in this one. I'm a huge Shingo fan ever since he's come into New Japan. Be honest with you, didn't know a whole lot about him previously, but I gotta tell you, I love this guy, and I hope he can get that junior heavyweight title. I know he's in this, but I want him to get that junior title too. So Shingo now 4 points, 2-1. So we got Jeff Cobb next, taking on Juice Robinson. Hard hitting affair. Jeff Cobb, two guys who their past in this tournament. Juice has really shown that he wants to win this one, but in this one he wasn't able to do that. Jeff Cobb finally picked up his first victory with the Tour of the Islands. I like Juice's demeanor and his whole attitude in this one. He tried to deliver a left-handed guide to Cobb, didn't work. Tried to hit the pump friction, didn't work. In the end, Cobb would get the victory. So good for him. He needs a win here. Unfortunately, it came at the hands. Unfortunately for Juice, it came at his expense. So sorry, Juice. Next one, Jay White and Yano. Whew! So this one, once again, we have Gato trying to get involved. Gato, again, it backfires. This whole story, I like what they're doing here because they're trying to show you that Gato is all about Jay White. He's trying to do anything he can to push Jay White and get him to win. It's backfired in every single match. And in this one, it would do the same. So he tried to get involved, didn't work out, and Yano would get the victory after a little nut shot. Yeah, that's right. He did a little low blow action and then get a roll-up victory over Jay White. So Yano's got 2 wins. Yano's got more wins than quite a few people in this. More than Tai Chi, more than Jeff Cobb. He's tied with Juice and some other guys. So Yano upsetting, causing some movement in the bracket probably towards the end. We're probably going to come back and circle back to some of these matchups early on that Yano may have cost some guys later down the road. But we'll get there when we get there. And this next matchup, you had Goto and Naito. So again, 2 guys really needing a win in this one. Goto had 1 win going in. Naito had 0. Naito would finally get his first victory. Good matchup to go check out. Like I said, go watch any of Goto's matches in this one and you won't be disappointed. But if you can only pick one from this night, from night 6, from the B block, from July 19th, one match, it's this one. Jon Moxley going in 2-0. Tomohiro Ishii going in 2-0. And if you watched the night before with the preview in their tag team match, they were going at it. And I could not wait to see this one. So it did definitely deliver. I actually watched this match about 3 times. Had a little bit of everything. Very hard hitting. They fought literally in the crowd. Mox took him up, threw him in. It was hitting his head off his sign. We had a table involved. And here's what really shocked me. So Ishii is known for being a hard hitter, a ground and pound type guy. But in this one, Mox set up a table outside the ring to use on Ishii. But Ishii would put Mox on it, and Ishii would go to the top rope and do a splash on to Moxley on the table. Never would have expected Ishii to do that, but Ishii, like I said, has probably been the most impressive in this tournament for me. That's just me. Just my opinion, but I think he's been solid. But, they did have a nice chair battle where Mox would pick up a couple chairs from under the ring, throw one to Tai Chi, and they were just hitting each other, or not hitting each other, but they were hitting the chairs as they were trying to hit each other. One of the chairs snapped in half, broke. Ishii dropped his, and Mox just threw his right at Ishii's face. It was pretty good. Pretty good battle here. As I said, definitely go check this one out. It's in my top 5 of matches to go check out, and I'll go back and let you know that at the end of this top 5, I think. In no order, but definitely a top 5. This was just an all-out fight. They were headbutting each other. They were on the ground headbutting each other at the end. It took 2 Death Riders to defeat Tomohiro Ishii, and Jon Moxley would move on and claim the top of the leaderboard by himself with 3 wins. He is 3-0. 3-0, Jon Moxley, 6 points, sitting atop the B block. So I will wrap up this night of the G1 solid stuff. I would definitely go check that one out. And let's move to the last night that we have so far. Night 7 of the G1. Some good matchups here too. We had Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Bad Luck Fale. Zack Sabre Jr. would get a count-out victory as Fale and him were outside pretty much almost the whole match, fighting outside in the crowd. Fale was just basically trying to take him out, and then Zack would get him in a submission, really bring him down. Was able to run back all the way to the ring and get in before the 20 count. Fale was running back, couldn't make it in, so Zack Sabre Jr. would get the victory, the count-out victory over Bad Luck Fale. Something you don't see that often in New Japan, but we did get one here. Good placement, because otherwise it was like, how the hell is Zack Sabre Jr. going to get this guy to the ground? Yes, I know he's a great submission specialist, but Fale is huge, man. Anyway, he moves on with the victory. Next matchup saw Tanahashi taking on Lance Archer. Really enjoyed this one. Like I said, go check out Lance Archer's matches as well in this tournament. All four have been pretty good. Even the one with Fale was all right. But this one was pretty good as well. His Ospreay one was probably the best. He had a nice choke slam as on Tanahashi, as he's been doing. Also a crazy like twisting splash where he was like standing next to the turnbuckle and like pushed himself up and then turned. And he's doing a lot of stuff that I would not expect Archer to do. So I really like this reinvention of himself. And he's pretty much showed out in this tournament so far. We'll see how the rest of the tournament goes, but halfway through, he's looking pretty solid. But in the end, Tanahashi would win. He had the cloverleaf. He hit the cloverleaf, and then actually, I think Archer put it on him and said, "I'm from Texas," and he put the Texas cloverleaf on him. But in the end, we would have Tanahashi win with the victory roll for, you guessed it, the victory. Evil and Kenta is this next matchup. Pretty good one. I'm not going to go into this too much. There was a suplex on the chairs in the crowd, but Kenta would win this one. Pretty impressive, I gotta say. Kenta 4. Yes, Kenta 4-0. And his debut of the G1 Climax. So, say what you want, what you thought about him coming in. He's sitting atop the leaderboard. But he's sitting up there with someone else who we'll get to in a minute. Next one, Sanada, Ibushi. If you like fast-paced counters, if you like guys that can really fly around the ring, this is the match for you. Ibushi taking on Sanada. Ibushi would win with the lawn dart. He had the lawn dart, and then he would win with the Kamigoye. But there was a lot of counters to the skull end. There was a lot of counters to pretty much everything the other person did. They were trying to use their own moves on each other. I believe they were trying to put each other in a paradise lock. In the end, though, we saw Ibushi get the victory here. So Ibushi comes back halfway through, or the first third of this tournament. He is now sitting 2-2. So he's in a good spot as we move forward. Again, I forgot to change this over here, didn't I? There we go. Now we got these guys over here in the B block, A block. I just noticed that. But anyway, the final matchup that we have, Night 7, Will Ospreay, Kazuchika Okada, probably two of the two faces besides Tanahashi of New Japan. At least Ospreay wants to be the face of New Japan. He moved to Japan, so he's really trying to show everybody what he is about. If they don't already know, which you should know what he's about. But if you've seen their matchups in the past, their last one pretty damn solid. This was another good one. We would see so many Os cutters. We had an Os cutter inside the ring. We had an Os cutter outside the ring. He actually reversed a Rainmaker into a Spanish Fly, which we've seen. It took 4 Rainmakers. We saw 4 Rainmakers out of Okada, and he would get the victory over our boy, Will Ospreay. I'm going to go out of view for 1 second. I'm still here. I am still here. I'm just getting one more thing. I am back in frame. I'm back. All right. So the only thing that I left for a reason. This has been a solid couple first 7 days of the New Japan G1 Climax. As I said, we have a lot of people that have never been in this tournament. We have a lot of people that have won this tournament already. So let's wrap it up here. Let's break it down. What are the standings right now? The A block. The standings. You have Kenta and Okada sitting up top by themselves. 8 points, 4 wins. 4-0. Kenta and Okada. Those are the guys that I didn't expect Kenta to go undefeated at this point. But I did expect him to be up there because he's got something to prove. But to see him at the top really setting the pace for this one, and Okada trying to keep pace with him, really interesting stuff. Both of those guys have shown out. Then we got 4 guys sitting with 4 points. You got Archer, you got Evil, you got Tanahashi, and you got Ibushi. All 4 of those guys have had really solid tournaments. I really like what I've seen out of Archer, as I said about 1,000,000 times throughout this video. But definitely go check out his matches. And then you got the strugglers all sitting down there with 2 points. Fale, Sanada, Ospreay, and Zack Sabre Jr. Those are the 2 I wouldn't expect thus far to be all the way down there. Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr. But storytelling here, Ospreay, his first G1 tournament, struggling. He's not as easy as he thought, maybe. So he's struggling with only one win here. And Zack Sabre Jr. struggling too with just one win. We'll see if those guys can pick it up and get back into the mix of things. But we still got a long ways to go. We still got about 2/3 of this tournament to go. We're just taking a little break here. They'll be back tomorrow with some good matchups, which I'm going to preview in a minute. The B block, the standings for the B block, though. Johnny Moxley sitting by himself up top with 3 wins, 3-0. Pretty impressive. I wouldn't go over the top and say that his matches were great. His one with Tai Chi was pretty good. His one with Cobb, like I said, was a little bit sloppy. But his one with Ishii, for me, probably one of the best matches in this tournament so far. And then you got Ishii, you got Juice, you got Yano and Takagi all sitting at 4 points, sitting at 2-2. Everyone in there, I expect, like Takagi, Juice, and Ishii, I expect to be up there. Yano, he's going to get some fluky victories. He's gotten them early. We'll see if he can keep that rolling. Not sure. I don't know. He's still got a lot of guys he's got to face that I think are going to take him out. But I also thought that Naito was going to take him out too. We'll see what happens. Then you got Goto, Taichi, Cobb, and Naito all down there with 2 points. They're okay, 1-2. They've only had 3 matches so far. The A blocks had 4, so they're gonna bounce back tomorrow. I'm hoping to see some of these guys. Like I would love to see Cobb pick up another victory or 2, and Naito. I know Naito will be in it towards the end, but they got some work to do. That's for sure. Especially with Mox up there leading the pack. He doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. And then Jay, poor Jay White. His plan is not working. He clearly wants Gato to help him out. It's not working at all, bro. Sorry. You might want to leave Gato in the back next time because he's 0-3. 0 points for Jay White. I'm sure he's going to come out on fire, blazing, trying to get a win. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. Like I said, overall, good shows. Good shows overall. Really good matchups. Go check them out. I'll preview one thing. We got the B block tomorrow coming back. The B block coming back tomorrow. Got some good matchups. Juice and Yano. We'll see if Yano can pick up another victory, man. Yano's on a roll. I know he's going to take the turnbuckle off. I know that for a fact. Turnbuckle pad's coming off. Book it. Book that. I think Juice will win that one, though. Like I said, Juice has come out. And he's no nonsense, so I think against Yano, he's not going to fall for that. He's really got his eyes on the prize in this one. He hasn't been talking. He hasn't been doing much talking, but he's been talking in the ring with his moves, that's for sure. Goto and Taichi will be facing off tomorrow as well. You know how I feel about Taichi, but I think this will be a good one because Goto and him can always deliver when it comes down to it. This one is one I'm very, very much looking forward to. We have the leader, Jon Moxley, taking on Shingo Takagi. I expect that one to be very hard-hitting. I expect Shingo to come right at him, and I expect Mox to just go crazy again. I think it'll be closer to his match with Ishii rather than his match with Cobb. So we'll see how that one's going to go. And then you got Cobb versus Jay White, 2 guys struggling right now in this tournament. Cobb, I hope he can pick up another victory, but I think Jay's going to really try to pull one out here because he desperately needs a victory in this one. He's 0-3. He can't afford to go 0-4. But does he leave Gato in the back? Probably not. He will not learn from his mistakes. I guarantee Goto's going to be out there trying to do the same thing. Or Gato, not Goto. See how I keep doing that? It's so easy. Gato. It's so easy. But Gato will probably be out there doing what Gato does. So we'll see. And then the finale or the main event, I expect this to be a very, very good affair because it is Naito taking on Tomohiro Ishii. And Ishii, as I said, has been the standout of this for me. I expect another good match here. We'll see what happens, but that is going to be taking place tomorrow, the B block, July 24th. What have you guys thought of it so far? Let me know. Like I said, the guys that I really thought have been great have been Mox, Kenta, Juice, Ishii, Lance Archer. Yes, Lance Archer, Ibushi, Okada, and Sonata have really shown a lot for me. Ospreay, of course. I mean, that goes without saying. I don't think I need to tell you that. Ospreay's been pretty damn awesome in these matchups. Like I said, some surprises. We've had some 2 first-timers at the top of the leaderboard, Mox and Kenta at the top. And Okada's trying to keep pace. He is also undefeated. But Ishii, Juice, they're all right there. Archer. It's going to be interesting to see what happens as we move on and we go. Because into really the home stretch as these guys start to get more tired, more injuries piling up. But I think you're going to see a lot of hard hitting stuff as we go on because we have a lot of good matchups we haven't seen yet. Like if you look over here at the A block, Kenta has already defeated some guys that I would not have expected him to defeat. He beat the last two G1 winners. That pisses off a lot of New Japan fans. I know that it does. Because those are their boys. Kota and Tana, those are their boys. And Kenta taking both of them out. So he has no problem with it. But I want to see Kenta and Ospreay. That's one that I'm really looking forward to. And then Kenta and Okada as well. So I'm sure those are going to deliver. Sonata and Ospreay, as we... Oh, sorry about that. I just think that the A block is so star-studded that you can't go wrong with any of them. And then you look over at the B block. We still have so many matchups. We still got Mox and Naito. We still have Mox and Goto. We still have Mox and Juice. Mark that down. I believe that's going to be the last night. We saw a little bit of a preview of this in a tag team match. I am really, really looking forward to this. I almost want to say I want to fast forward to it, but I don't want to miss it. Any of these other matches because they've been so good so far. But overall, we've had a really solid G1. I highly recommend to go check out these matches. If you are not a huge fan of New Japan or don't know anything about it, I highly recommend starting off right from the front, right from night one. Night one was amazing, really good showing in Dallas. But I have been talking for about 40 minutes now. I'm going to let my voice recover. Maybe if you're lucky, I'll come back with some more stuff today, or I'll save it for tomorrow. We'll see. But either way, go check out all of our videos. Go down below. Follow us on Wrestle_Cave on Twitter, Wrestle Cave on Instagram, Wrestle Cave Podcast on Facebook, YouTube. Obviously, you're here. Go down below, hit like, hit subscribe, comment, do whatever you got to do for us, and then go to all the social media or all the podcast platforms as you see right here: iTunes, Stitcher. You got Castbox. What else we got? Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. We are everywhere. We're there. New episodes of Trap. New episodes of Behind the Arts with Ace. But that's all I got for you guys right now. I hope you have a good day, and I hope you will continue to watch these. Just hit like, hit subscribe, follow us everywhere. Enjoy the G1, and till next time, peace.